What's up? What's happening? It's Patrick with his Supernatural Chats and Chatters again. My videos, Supernatural Chats and Chatters, which hardly anybody watches, but it's okay. I'm the best kept secret of the paranormal on YouTube. And soon people will find out. Soon they'll know. And I'm from the best kept secret paranormal group in Ohio, PSI. Look us up, because soon people are going to find out with that too. This video, I'm talking about cryptids, cryptoids, cryptos, cryptozoology, whatever you call it. Why? Well, one, I haven't made a video about it yet, and two, as I said, I'm into all aspects of the unknown, because somebody's got to find out about this stuff, somebody's got to talk about all this, and I'm just the man for the job. In my other videos, as I said, when I study science, I'm really into physics, astronomy, and psychology. Never been one for biology. I just find it boring. Sitting there reading the books, enzymes, ribosomes. At least the cellular parts of it I find boring. I like reading about animal science, environmental science, ecology, nature, that sort of thing. So I'll start talking about it because I got some stuff to say about it, and maybe people will want to hear or say something about it on the YouTube. Let's do it. I'll start off explaining something about me and animals. Me and animals do not mix, or I do not mix with animals. I do not like animals at all, or I have a phobia of just animals. All except the cat. I love cats, I like cats, but every other animal can stay away. I'm a city slicker. I do not deal with animals, especially wild animals, in the woods. When it's dark, things are creeping around. This is the scariest thing ever to me. My group, PSI, can testify to this because I will admit that I've ran a few times when I thought I was going to be killed by some wild animal. I probably gave my team members the impression that I shouldn't be doing this type of stuff because it looked like I was afraid of everything, which isn't true. Like, I'm not afraid of everything. If I see a ghost, I'm not afraid of no ghosts. If I see a ghost, I'm all up on that fool. But if you see me running, it's because I think an animal's coming. Some examples, the major examples here. Once we were in West Virginia, in the middle of the woods, at a train tunnel that was supposedly haunted. So we're in the tunnel, and this is the scariest moment probably ever in my life. Not because I'm afraid of any ghosts, but it's in the middle of the woods in West Virginia, and I'm afraid a bear or something is just going to come out and rip my head off. So we're in the tunnel, and we hear something, and everybody's like, "Shh, what's that?" And we hear, "Shh, shh, shh," in the tunnel. So when I hear this, I think it's a wolf or a bear coming to kill me, so I start running. Ah! Ah! I notice that nobody else is running with me. I look back, and they're all looking at me. Oh, it's okay. I come back over there. Turns out it was a frog. That looked bad. Another time in a cemetery surrounded by, not completely in the middle of the woods, but next to the woods. Again, noises. I run, thinking it's a deer, a buck with the huge antlers. It's gonna come and just stab me like right up through my head. And I run, and again everybody's looking at me. And I'm like, made myself look stupid again. But I'm doing better now. I haven't ran in a long time from animals, even though I still am afraid out there, because we're in Ohio. A lot of times we go out, it's in the middle of the wilderness, but I'm doing better. And I have to if I'm going to be searching for cryptids one day, so I'm doing good. Bigfoot, probably the most famous cryptoid creature that there is. I live in a part of Ohio that's called, or known as, the Bigfoot Triangle. Here in Ohio, we have the most sightings this far east. You know, on the West Coast, California, Oregon, they have sightings that are crazy over there. But this far east, Ohio has the most. Ohio and Florida. And I live right in the center where most of the sightings happen, called the Bigfoot Triangle. It was the area was on Monster Quest and everything. This guy's so popular here. They even have conferences once a month at the local library I could just go to if I wanted, where the Ohio Sasquatch Society or whatever, they set up there, and many people come to talk about Bigfoot and share their sightings or experiences. And there's many questions about the Sasquatch and Bigfoot. Me, myself, I'm sort of like this on the Bigfoot. You know, where's the dead bodies? What do they eat? How come we can't capture one? Stuff like that. Even though I'm kind of like in the middle of the Sasquatch believability thing, I might be able to think of some like answers to these questions that if it does exist, like where are the dead bodies? Well, let's get to that one later. But first, what is their diet? What do they eat? Maybe they're very energy and fat efficient, meaning they can probably kill one deer and eat it, and this could last them months, 2, 3, 4 months, just eating that one deer. And if they're herbivores, which I don't think they are, but if they're herbivores, you know, there would be just like acres of land just bare of their vegetation, so I don't think they're herbivores, because you have to eat all those acres to sustain that massive body that they supposedly have. As for the dead bodies, you know, you hear it a lot that people say that people are so arrogant that we don't think any creatures think or are like us in any way. This could be true. Maybe the Sasquatch has customs or traditions up for themselves where when their dead die, when there's a dead Bigfoot, maybe they bury him very deep. That could be a possibility. You said an animal thinks like us. Maybe they do. Maybe they're cannibals. I thought of this too. When a Sasquatch dies, they eat it, even the bones. That could be a possibility. Where's their waste from eating such things? You know, such a massive creature would have, you know, big, what would I say in this situation? Turds? like an elephant, you know, stuff like that. Again, maybe like humans, maybe they dig a hole and do it there and then bury it back up. These are all possibilities that I can think of why Bigfoot aren't captured or anything, or all out for us to see. Maybe their numbers are so low, maybe they have good smell like a dog, and they can smell the scent of a mate, and once they mate, possibly the female is only capable of having one little foot in a lifetime. That could be why their numbers are so low and it's so hard to find them. Again, you know how they put the cameras on the trees, you know, to try to catch them, the motion cameras? They try to catch the Sasquatch in the act, walking by. Possibly, you know, like some people are street smart. Maybe the Sasquatch is very wood smart. They can just zone in on an area, and they can just spot something that's out of place. See that over there on the tree? That's out of place. Could be dangerous. Don't go over there. And people, when they try to, like, we're not sneaky. We're not quiet at all. You know, we walk trying to find them at nighttime, which is the dumbest thing. Why would you try to find... I'll talk about that later, but we're walking around. We're not quiet. They can hear us. We're crumpling leaves and sticks and stuff. This could all be reasons. I mean, it's very possible that there's a creature that size out there that has not been seen. A lot of reasons. To extend the discussion of the Sasquatch and other things like that, a lot of people discredit the sightings, saying what you're seeing is bears or escaped pets that were like chimpanzees or something. Actually, I could say that a lot of those could be true. I will say this. When you are scared, something that is scaring you that could be one size looks huge. As I admitted earlier in the video, I thought a frog was a bear. When you are afraid, something that sounds a certain way could sound huge or look huge. So if you're in the middle of the woods and you're seeing like out in the distance, you can't really see it clearly. It's covered by all these sticks and trees, but you are seeing this big hairy thing just moving around, and it's scaring you. It could be a bear, but to you and you're scared, it looks like a huge monster. So this could be true. Escaped chimpanzees from zoos, or not really zoos, but people that had them as pets. This could also be true because we're not used to seeing that in the United States. So, but there's others that I don't think you can discredit. Like when you see them close up. I mean, how can you mistake something when you have a clear view? Like, oh, you're seeing a bear walking around on its hind legs. I wouldn't know if it was a bear on its hind legs. It's not something you see every day. Oh, what's that? It's a bear on it walking on its hind legs. Get the camera. This is awesome. Even I would do that, admittedly being afraid of animals. If I saw a bear walking around on hind legs, I would be pretty impressed. Escaped chimpanzees. Still, if you're getting a clear view, you'd be like, or a clear view of this thing, you'd be like, there's a chimpanzee just right out in the field. If you're not afraid of it, of course. But there's like police officers, park rangers, I guess, that are seeing this stuff and that actually say they believe what they're seeing is Sasquatches. So, as for the big plaster footprints, I don't know. They say that could be made by a bear, which is true. I think everybody that studies Bigfoot or who studies cryptozoology would even admit that bears make prints like this, but sometimes they just over-exaggerate stuff. Like sometimes they'll be plastering it, saying it's a Bigfoot print, when you could tell it's a bear print, because if you look really closely, sometimes you can see the faint claw marks above the toes, like when I'm saying, look, it's a Bigfoot print. Does Bigfoot have massive claws like a bear? You could see it like right there in the wood, in the mud. Speaking of that, I have a picture of when I was in West Virginia, the time I ran from the frog, where we took a picture of something that looked like a big footprint in the mud. It could have been a bear. It could have been a bear's print. We were thinking it could have been a tire track too, but it's on MySpace if you want to see it. I always have the MySpace address at the end of the video, so I can clean it up a little bit and like put it on Facebook or something, but it's a pretty cool thing. I don't know.